Hello, and welcome to part 128. Now that we have all 20 hearts, unlimited magic, and we've given up all of our masks, we can finally head off and talk to the kid wearing the Majora's mask. But first, we should probably equip some items, because, you know, we are going to have a final boss battle. We don't have the bunny hood, unfortunately. But, you know, we'll make do what we have, right? We don't have any mask left, so, he wants to do something else. He wants to play good guys against bad guys. And he gives us our final mask, the Fierce Deity's mask. You need to collect all of the masks in the game up until that point in order to get the Fierce Deity's mask, because you need to give all of the masks to all the kids in order to get it. Otherwise, he won't give that to you, he'll just fight you right off. So yeah. And of course, once you play the Song of Time and go back, you get all of your masks back, plus the Fierce Deity's mask. And that's how you get 100%. So yeah. It's time for our epic confrontation. The Fierce Deity's mask, by the way, is an optional mask that you can wear in boss rooms in order to transform yourself into a gigantic killing machine, essentially. I'm not going to use it for the final boss because it's a little bit cheap. And here we go. Link versus Majora's Mask. Bet you weren't expecting us to fight the mask itself, huh? But it's actually a pretty cool fight, in my opinion. Basically, the mask spins at you, and you have to try to attack its backside because its front side is like a shield that deflects your arrows. And once you attack it once, it brings the other four boss remains up to fight you. And they just kind of fire bolts at you and things like that in order to distract you. They're not too much of a trouble. And as you can see, the Majora's Mask itself will occasionally fire lasers at you, which you can reflect with your mirror shield in order to hurt it, or you can just avoid them. Of course, if you're in Deku form, the lasers will insta-kill you, so avoid being in Deku form unless you want an extreme challenge, which I'm definitely not up to. Might want to throw on the light arrows just to make this a little bit easier. They do more damage, and we have unlimited magic anyway. Annoyingly, whenever you target Majora's Mask, it doesn't necessarily reflect the laser back with your shield. You pretty much have to untarget it and aim it manually, which is a little irritating. And as you can see, I'm getting hit a lot. Mainly because I'm not paying attention, and I'm too focused trying to kill these stupid other masks. And there we go. Whoa. Oop, there we go. At a certain distance, it seems that you can Z target and still reflect, but then it recovers too fast, so it's still kind of a bother. There we go. Yeah, this boss has some really good recovery time. He does not get stunned for long. I'm also not really sure if he's a he. People seem to always refer to it as a she. I don't know if the game really tells you that Majora is a she, but I don't know. I guess I could call her she, why not? So once you defeat Majora's Mask, it turns into Majora's Incarnation, which is a very weird form. Didn't you battle them with your own body? I think that's supposed to be a hint from Tattle to tell you to switch into your Goron form. But as you can see, it won't let me put my Goron's mask on for some reason. I don't know why that is, because I recall being able to use those masks, and I keep reading up on the internet that you are supposed to use the Goron's mask to fight this thing. But I guess maybe because I got the Fierce Deity's mask, the game wants me to use that, so it won't let me use the other masks. I don't know. I don't know what the explanation is, but for some reason it won't let me use it, so I'm just gonna fight. I'm gonna fight Majora's Incarnation the old-fashioned way. She's not too difficult. She mainly just dances around in a really bizarre way. And she's very easy to miss with your arrows because she moves too damn fast. I don't know what the hell she's doing here. Humping the floor, it looks like. So I guess your mileage may vary on whether or not this is the best boss fight in the whole series or like the dumbest one, because it definitely lacks the excitement, I guess, of fighting Ganon. But at the same time, it's so surreal and weird that I just love it. And it's actually somewhat challenging, unlike a lot of the boss battles. So, you know, there's always that. Whoa. But, yeah, Majora's Incarnation is definitely a little easier than Majora's Mask itself. It's not too difficult. You mainly just have to time it right, and, you know, there's no real need to throw bombs around. I'm just kind of doing that for shits and giggles. Ow. I'm getting hit a lot in this battle. I'm going to try putting on the Great Fairy Sword. That's a little more helpful than the bomb chews. They don't seem to be working out for me. Jesus. And there we go. Majora's Incarnation is out of here. But instead of dying like most bosses, instead it buffs up. Into a really cool form. Majora's Wrath. Wow. This is a cool form. Definitely a step above Majora's Incarnation, which is just kind of strange. This form is really cool. It's basically some kind of big... I don't know. It's like a slave driver. That's what I think. It's like she turned into some big monster with like whips for hands and just whips the crap out of you. Really reminds me of a slave driver. Which definitely fits with Majora being like a demon type thing, I guess. She's also really fast and has a really low stun time. As you can see, I'm shooting light arrows, and before I can even get there, she's already like recovered. If I had the bunny hood, that'd be a little easier, but I don't. And wow, I see she whips really fast, and if you get whipped once, she whips you again before you can even get up again. And whoa, I barely dodged that, and then I didn't dodge that. Yeah, she's pretty cool in my opinion. She is susceptible to light arrows, but not overly. And I keep missing her. I'm not doing so well here. Jeez. And see, she really tricks you there. It looks like she's gonna be stunned, and then she just jumps up before the stun is even gone. I love this little movement she does with her hands, like she's beckoning you towards her, and then does a crazy whip. Jeez. Let's make this bitch toast, and let's hit ourselves with a bomb. Whoa! Holy shit! Alright. 9 arrows left. This is starting to turn into the twin mold battle all over again. Alright. This bitch is toast! Alright, not quite. Soon, right? Oh, what the shit? She's throwing Beyblades at us. That's really weird. These things aren't too much of a trouble. I don't really know why the hell why they appear here. They're really weird, but yeah, you can't really hurt them. There's no way to get rid of them. You just you know, don't do what I just did. That was retarded. Just don't run into them, basically. They're not too much of a bother. Keep throwing out your light arrows and dodging the whips, and get hit by more tops. Why not? There we go. And with that, Majora's Mask is finally done. So what's gonna happen to the moon that we're in here? So that's where rainbows come from. And it seems like Murto is still doing the exact same animation. Still seems to be scoffing at our victory. Dawn of a new day. Dear Lord, that's satisfying. We're finally on the 4th day of Majora's Mask. And the Skull Kid is no longer wearing the Majora's Mask. Of course they didn't forget about you. You're the only person uglier than they are. But yes, as we saw in an earlier cutscene, forgive your friend, and the giants still think of the Skull Kid as their friend, even after everything he did. And even though they told him to go back to Hyrule, they were just trying to set right the cosmos, I suppose. Never really explained why. But, you know, in the end, the Skull Kid was just... he was just a spurned kid, really. Corrupted by power and whatnot. It's a little better than your typical Ganon kidnaps the princess for no reason plot, anyway. Though Wind Waker did add some depth to that. Yes, I guess we did save him. Not really intentionally, but sure, yeah. How could anyone forget you, Skull Kid? You are very memorable. Maybe not in a good way, but still. We have the same smell as the fairy kid who taught him that song in the woods. And there's your confirmation that it's the same Skull Kid from Ocarina of Time. The evil has left the mask after all. Because we hit it with our swords a couple hundred times. That's how you get evil out of things. As the clown in Icana Canyon taught us. This character is very odd. I've heard people say that he's supposed to represent Miyamoto himself. Which I could buy, I suppose. He looks a bit similar. And he has the same sort of bizarre wandering around the game with no explanation type of plot, which reminds me of Zifnab. And if you know who Zifnab is, you get a cookie, because that's... I don't know. You just do. This is truly a good happiness. And the happy mask salesman just kind of dissolves. Make of that what you will. It was kind of fun. Thank you, Tattle. I thought so too. I hope you thought so. This is the end of the Majora's Mask playthrough. I had a lot of fun playing. This is definitely one of my favorite games of all time, if not my absolute favorite game of all time. I had a lot of fun making this playthrough, and I hope you had a lot of fun watching it. When I started this up, there weren't a whole lot of good playthroughs. It's taken me so long to complete it that there have been some good playthroughs that started up in the meantime, but oh well. I'm just glad to get a thank you from Tattle. That makes it all worth it, right? And with that, the carnival can finally continue without a gigantic moon looming overhead. Thank you, Miyamoto. That was a very good game. So yeah, my name is Bran, like the cereal, and if you enjoyed this playthrough, I hope you check out some of my other projects. I make a lot of sketches. I'm working on some feature-length films this summer. I do a lot of commercials for different companies. I'm just generally an all-around film-makey kind of person, so there are going to be some annotations that pop up on the screen and some links that pop up in the description below if you want to check out some of my other projects. I really hope you do, because if you enjoyed this playthrough, you might enjoy them too, I guess. I don't know, there's not much of a connection there. I just kind of wanted to plug my own stuff, so, you know, I hope you had fun. We get kind of, you know, there's not much to say about these, credits. You just kind of zoom around the map and show off different things. And a bunch of Japanese names go by that I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce. There's the pirates. There's the giant building with a hook on top. And here's the pirates' fortress. And these people were apparently the program. I don't know. Some English there for you. And for anyone who complained that I said shit too much, that guy's name has the word shit in it. Take a shitta. So, there you go. Even the game itself has the word shit in it, so clearly shit is an E-rated term. Suck on that. Doesn't help much, because I already swore in this part a couple of times, but whatever. Who cares, right? You know, overall this game has a pretty masterful soundtrack. I don't really like the Indiegogo songs, and I don't like the songs that play in Snowhead and in Woodfall Temple. But other than that, the songs from Ocarina of Time are all really good, and the songs that are new to this game, for the most part, are really good. Other than those three, they're really good, so I really don't have that much to complain about. You know, whether or not this is one of my favorite games or my absolute favorite game, I can't decide, but it is definitely my favorite Zelda game. There is no Zelda game that I enjoy more than this one, mainly because it has no fetch quests at all. I love all the dungeons, even though I said, you know, I don't like the first two as much as the second two, but they're all just designed with a lot of heart, and a lot of attention is paid, and I feel like it's a very underrated game. It was definitely a game they put a lot of effort into, even if the graphics are just ripped straight from Ocarina of Time. I mean, it has its lazy moments, but every single Nintendo game has its lazy moments. Every video game ever made has its lazy moments. That's just kind of the nature of the beast, isn't it? so maybe not all the masks are used that well, and maybe some of the songs are a bit pointless. Like, I believe I used the Song of Storms a grand total of once. But, you know, in the end, I had a lot of fun. And, that Gorman brother is a cool guy. The fact that he's in a crook makes me like him a lot. The Milk Bar in general is a really cool location. And we get to see all these unlikely characters all joined together in the festival. Looks like a fun place to be. I bet Link wishes he could be there, instead of, you know, out in the Lost Woods trying to make his way back to Hyrule. And Pamela and her father are A-okay after all. And of course, I hope you were looking forward to this. It's Anju and Cafe's wedding. I don't know why they're getting married here, right outside the door. Not even in, like, a temple or anything, but, you know. It's still pretty damn satisfying to see this at the end of the game. And that is one of the things that I love so much about this game. Every time I finish it, I feel like I actually kind of care about what happened. It's not like some totally dead world with NPCs that are just glued to the ground. The NPCs actually kind of endear themselves to me. And there's the debug team. They did a pretty good job. There's not too many bugs. And there's the butler crying over his son, whose soul was stolen by the Skull Kid in order to make the Deku Mask. In the end, it's not the happiest of endings. A lot of characters are still dead. Dermani and Maiko and the butler's son, all still dead. But just by destroying Majora's Mask, we broke a lot of the curses. So we did in the end heal all the areas and save everyone for the most part. It is mostly a happy ending. People exaggerate how sad this ending is. It really isn't sad. I don't know why people say that. And there we go. I hope you enjoyed the playthrough. Click some of these annotations that are popping up right now and check out my other work. And I'll see you on my other channel, because this is the last playthrough I'm going to be posting on Suburban Hicks. From now on, my playthroughs will be posted on another YouTube account, because I'm getting sick of clogging up this one. So, my name is Brian, like the cereal, as I've said twice now, and I'll see you another time.